The row over post-Brexit fishing rights still threatens to collapse the trade and security talks after another week of wrangling ended in deadlock. European sources said the Brexit trade talks had failed to produce a breakthrough because of disagreements over access to Britain's coastal waters, state aid rules and policing any final agreement. Details of the impasse emerged after EU member states were briefed by the European Commission Secretary-General. Michel Barnier was due to update the bloc's 27 ambassadors but was forced into isolation after a member of his team tested positive for coronavirus. Both sides have agreed to continue the talks online as time runs out to strike a deal before the end of Britain's transition from the bloc in December. One EU insider said UK negotiator Lord Frost was still refusing to budge in order to pave the way to a compromise on fisheries. Member states also called for an immediate acceleration of the EU's no-deal Brexit contingency planning. A source said, contingency measures need to be readied in case of a no-deal. The plans for the issues we'd foreseen in 2019 need to go through the European Parliament and Council. Time is getting tight. European capitals agreed not to shelve the trade talks in favor of pursuing so-called mini-deals with Britain to limit the discussion and an agreement isn't reached in the coming weeks. Eurocrats expect a political decision to be taken ahead of an announcement on whether another round of wrangling will be arranged. The negotiations are now running very late. We're not there yet to enter into the final phase and the talks will run into December, one source said. They were told the differences on the level playing field, which includes future common standards and state aid rules, are philosophical. UK negotiators were said to have not moved close enough to the bloc's demand for near parity access to Britain's fishing grounds to constitute a breakthrough. One EU insider said the negotiations were Groundhog Day every day. Future trade negotiations will be carried out via video conference until it is deemed safe to resume them in person. The pandemic had already disrupted the talks in March when Mr. Barnier contracted coronavirus, a government spokesman said, with respect to the relevant public health guidance. The UK and EU teams have agreed to continue to negotiate remotely for the time being. The talks will resume in person when it is judged safe to do so. The health and welfare of our staff are our priority. Lord Frost also self-isolated after developing symptoms. Brexit transition arrangements end in 6 weeks. Any deal needs to be approved by the UK and European Parliament as well as member states before it can be introduced.